Hi everyone, welcome to Ekscloud. So today this is our first webinar. My name is Sivaraja. So now we are discussed some basic terms for networking. So networking is one of the important terms for IT infrastructures. So IT infrastructure some many terms are there. Particularly important terms for network now we are discussed. So some terms are there. What is networking? So networking means is generally for why we are go for networking. So generally using for networking to send the data one place to another place. That's called as networking. So that's why we are using networking. Send the resources between host or between sites or between organizations and between countries. So these are all. So networking is a highlighted terms for IT infrastructures. So share the resources. So sharing resources. So highlighted terms for very highlight terms in networking. You must using networking. So in generally data will sends one place to another place. In between side some mediums are using. So generally two mediums are there, wired medium or wireless medium. So some examples, wireless medium is called air medium. Using the radio frequency will send the informations to source to destinations. So performance compared to other mediums is very less performance. And next is wired mediums. In example, some two mediums are there. One is copper medium, copper wire, like is a form of source is electrical signals. So electrical signals to send the data source to destinations is a normal performance compared to all other mediums. And the next is optical fiber mediums. In optical fiber mediums, source is light signals will send the data source to destinations. Its performance compared to all other mediums is very fast performance. So generally in air and copper mediums using inside our organization. So outside ISP2 outside ISP2 and inside organizations using optical fiber medium. Optical fiber medium is a cost is very high compared to all other mediums. So this is a general terms for networking. And next is how to form a network physically. So IT infrastructure some architect designs are there. So how to form network physically is a general terms only. So we call it as some technical terms are using. Air mediums is another name called guest network. Guest networks means is a wireless mediums. And copper is production network. So guest network and production networks maximums are using in within sites. So within sites using these two mediums, air and copper mediums. So between sites using the backbone networks. This name called backbone network. So these are all technical terms for mediums. So next is physically is a example diagram for networking. Wired mediums are there and wireless mediums are there. So see the diagram and understand you some basic knowledge. So next is what is NAC card. So NAC card is a hardware which is used to connect a personal computer into a network physically. So network physically to involve the every system to involve network, so we'll connect the NAC card. So NAC card is a hardware. So generally NAC card function is converts data into signals, so binaries to electrical signals. So next is standard for RJ45. It have 8 pins. So NAC card standards is RJ45. It have 8 pins. Inside the port it have 8 pins. And the next is, this is a image for NAC card. So Ethernet port, inside the Ethernet port it have 8 pins. And in 8 pins details, first is plus transmitting, and second is minus transmitting, and third is plus receiving, and sixth is minus receiving, and 4 and 5 is voltage pins, plus volt and minus volt. This is called power signals, power over Ethernet. And 7 and 8 is unreserved pins. This is a universal standard pins details for NAC card. And the next is, what is MAC address? So where it is located, MAC address. So MAC address, so generally this is a system identification address, host identification address, and other things. And where it is located, MAC address, in NAC card, each and every NAC card locate MAC address. So MAC address is a physical address or hardware address we call it, and it is a unique address for each and every host. So that is highlighted. And next is, it is 48-bit length address. It is a universal standard terms, this are all. And it is hexadecimal format address. So 48-bit length address divided into two. First 24-bit is vendor ID, next 24-bit is serial number. How to check the MAC address? Example, you using in Windows computer, so go to command prompts and type the command get MAC. So see your system MAC address, like NAC card, NAC card. So NAC card side located MAC address. So see the MAC address, go to your Windows computer command prompt, type the command get MAC, see in your system MAC address. C 990B DB. And example starting vendor number is Dell. So Dell product 001422 is a example one, but now it will changes, sir. So it's not a fixed ID. Now maybe it will changes. So Nortel 0004 TC and Cisco 004096 and Belkin 0030 BD. So this is a starting vendor ID for MAC address example. And next is, what is IP address? This is another identification of host IP address. One is already discussed MAC address, and another one is IP address. So each and every system's identification, one is MAC address identification and another one is IP address. So IP address is a logical address. So MAC address, physical address, IP address is a logical address. So we are called logical address. IP stands for Internet Protocol and requirements for creating and transmitting data packets across the networks. So across the networks, if you want sharing the data, so you must using IP address. So IP address is a location identification, source IP and part of the internet layer of the internet protocol suite in the OSI model. So OSI model, 7 layers are there. So IP would be considered part of the network layer command. ipconfig/all. So in your computer, go to command prompt and check the command ipconfig/all. This is a will listed your system IP address and also included your MAC address also. So this is a IP address, and next is IP address is a two parts are there. One is IPv4 address, another one is IPv6 address. So IPv4 address is a 32-bit length address. It is a dotted decimal format address. So x dot x dot x dot x, and IPv6 is 128-bit length address. It is a colon hexadecimal format address, x colon x colon x colon x colon x colon x colon and x colon and x colon. And totally IPv4 address is 2 power 32 is approximate 4.3 billion IP addresses are there, and IPv6 2 power 128 approximately 3.4 trillion IP addresses are there. So in IPv6 total IP address we are using in our 7 generations IP address are there. So these are some basic introductions for networking. So thanks for view our webinar. So thank you.